Hey everybody, it is Sharie from Sharie's Painting. I hope you guys are all enjoying your day. I thought I'd do a video today of a little raccoon who would like some of the apples that were just picked off the tree. So welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, please do press subscribe if you want notifications as to when I do a new journal entry. And if you have been here before and you're subscribed, welcome back. I'm so happy to have your support. So without further ado, I have drawn out this little sketch and I'm just going to go over it again with my pencil so that you guys can see how I came about the sketch. The sketch itself, or the raccoon itself, I did get the picture off of Pixabay. It's a royalty-free website and it has all kinds of cool pictures in it. So without further ado, let's get started. So I started with the nose here, and with the raccoon nose, it's kind of a bit of an oval shape that's square on the sides, okay? And then you're gonna draw a line straight up from one side of the nose to the other. The eyes are gonna fit in probably about a little less than halfway to the top of his head here. So, and one eye will be closer in because his face is at an angle than the other, okay? And then I just drew the little mask in here just to get a little bit of proportion. His paws are in here too. And then I just drew a big cloud or a big sad face as a guideline for the back, 2 triangles for the ears, and then I just sort of sketched those out. And then here's the fence that he's sitting on, as well as the big bag of apples that he's staring at with complete anticipation. So I'm just going to go over the supplies that we're using today quickly. So I'm using a pencil, just a regular HB pencil if you've got one. We're going to be using a Sharpie permanent ultra fine point marker. We are going to be using Arteza watercolor crayons for this. And I also will be using a little bit of white gouache, okay? So if you don't have gouache, it's like a watercolor paint, but it's got a little bit of texture to it. So I think we're going to use that as well. And we're going to have 2 glasses of water. We've got 2 paintbrushes. One is a medium round and one is a small round brush. I hope you guys can see that. And I have chosen colors from the Arteza pack. I've got a pack of, I think, 72, and they are available in different packs. So, you know, whatever one you like is fine. I'm using Canson XL Mix Media paper. It's a watercolor paper, and it works lovely for these little watercolors. The colors that I'm using are black, which is that. I'm just going to list them off: moss green, basil green, mint green. I am using, for the apples, I am using crimson red and carmine red. I'm using peacock blue for the sky, sienna brown, and also burnt ochre for the sack that the apples are in, as well as chocolate brown. And for the raccoon, I'll be using those browns as well as elephant gray, pewter gray, and charcoal gray, and one more amethyst purple for any kind of shading that we may do, okay? So that's what we're doing today, and I hope you guys join along with me to paint this fun little guy. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, okay? So I'm just going to get started, and what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to put a little bit of blue around in the top as a background, okay? I might even use I might even use a little bit of green for that background. So just a tiny little bit of the mint green, okay? And so you're going to dip your water or your brush into the clean water, and then you're just going to place this stuff around. And I might switch up the greens. I might go to a basil as well, just for a little bit of tree line back there, okay? To let you know that he's in the trees and he's peeking out from the trees. So let's do that. and a little bit of moss green. I think I'm just going to use all of these greens. And I might even throw in a little bit of yellow now that I think about it. So I'll let you know what yellow I'm going to be using. But I feel like this is how it should be because it's going to indicate trees in the background. So let's go. We'll put a little darker at the top there because normally it's darker when you go to the top. Oh, I got a little something on my paper. We'll get rid of that. I'm going to go back to that first green. And hopefully you guys, I hope you're having fun with these. And if you are, it would be great if you could like and subscribe because honestly, I just want to show everybody that they can paint and, and that it's not a lost cause, because a lot of people think that they can't even paint a straight line is one of the comments I got. And it's like, well, a lot of my paintings don't have straight lines in them. This particular one does, but a lot of them don't. So there's our little background there that we're going to use for today. And once you get those crayons wet, you just want to dry them off on some paper towel, okay? Just like twist them around, just like what I'm doing, just to dry them up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that's it for that. I also may put in, when that dries up a little bit, I may put an indication of some trees in the back there too, but we'll wait until that's dry. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to fill in the raccoon, okay? I have my photo up here. Whoop, I think, maybe. Yep, I do. Okay, so I have my photo up. And I'm going to start with the lighter colors because sometimes it's easier to do lighter than darker on these. So actually I'll start with the black because his nose is quite black and there's going to be a little area at the top that's white. So just fill it in just a little bit toward the bottom there. And then he's got a mouth that comes there. We're going to leave that. His eyes are going to be here. Okay. But his eyes, there's going to be a pupil there so that we can tell he's looking at the sorry, I'm getting a phone call on my iPad, but so just like that, or his eyes. And then we're going to leave a little bit of white here just around the eye, just so we know where his eye is, because the rest of this is going to be filled in black, okay? So just like that, and you want to do that little mask. We're filling that in black, and same on this side. And it's going to go over top of his paw there too. And just leave that little area under there so that we know. And then we'll probably go in with the Sharpie pen and fill out the eyes a little bit. And then he's got this is black too. So this is all part of his mask. And we all wear masks, don't we? And then I would just leave it white at the tip there. And then he's going to be a little dark in here. There's a little shadow in here. And dark up above the ear here. And he's going to be fairly dark in the ear. Okay, so just like that. And then, we will go over a lot of this too with the other colors. So there we go. We've masked out. You may want to mask this out because this is just a roll of his skin back here. This portion in here is quite dark as well. And this goes all the way off into the distance like that because that is his head. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the gray because we also want gray, but we want to leave him a little bit white too in this area. We will fill in his whiskers too with the white acrylic, I think, or the gouache, one or the other. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to fill this part in. And this is quite dark in here too, but we're going to start with that gray back there, okay? And same in this area. It's going to be a little bit grayer. And then we're going to also fill in with the brown. Probably, I would think the darker brown color. And you want to sort of make it so that the strokes go in that general direction, okay, of the way his hair is formed. So we're just going to go out and do it in this fashion, just like that. I'm going to add a little bit of dark to the back as well. He's got a little bit of gray coming in, or a little bit of brown coming in here where his mouth is too. So we're just going to do that, just like that, and in here as well, okay? And a little bit of brown in here too. So not much detail on this guy. He's just, you know, I don't want to do too much just yet. And then we'll come in with the Sharpie as well. I'm also just going to go in the back here with the black, and we're just going to detail that. And then we're going to detail his paws here too, okay? Because those are separate from the rest of the body. So, and then we'll go in and do the claws and such after. So pretty much that's all we're doing for our raccoon, you guys. I hope you can see it. And now we're going to go in and do our fence and then our apple bag. So with the fence, I don't want to do it too dark because I feel like, you know, if we do it too dark, then it's going to mix in with the raccoon himself. So I think what we'll do is we'll do the bag of apples first. And for the bag of apples, clearly we are going to do red. The light source is coming from over here. So we want, and to do the bag, by the way, just do your little half moon or half arc shapes. And then we want to put little pieces in here too, so that, you know, we know that these are apples, okay? And you don't have to have them going the same way. One of them might be upside down. One of them might be going out another way. This one might be coming over here and over here. And then maybe that one's backwards, okay? This one might be coming right in through here. So there you go. We've got our little pieces on our apples. And now for the apples, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to actually dip my my darker color of red, which is Carmine red. I'm just going to dip it right in the water. And then we're going to go in and we're going to color in these apples, okay? And they're pretty bright. So just like that. And over here as well. And the light's coming from the other side, so we don't want that to be too dark yet. There we go. And same in here. This one's going to be quite shaded here. This one's going to be nice and bright. I'm just going to stick my pencil right in there. He's going to be really super bright over here and then over in that direction. Just like that. Put the pencil back, or the watercolor crayon back in. This guy's going to be bright in here. And we're going to use a little bit of yellow in here too, you guys, because not all apples are brilliant red. So, but the shady parts are going to be toward the right hand side of the apple, okay? And down in here too. All right. And then over here as well. Here at the back. Going to dip in there again. We're going to go in here and do this one. He's really bright. Same here. All right, perfect. There we go. And again, we're gonna fill that in with the other color red as well. This guy's going to be pretty dark in here, like that. There we go. Okay. So those are looking pretty good so far. Now I'm going to go in with the other red, and I'm just going to fill in here. This is the crimson red, okay, and I'm just going to fill in that area, those areas there. And then I'm just going to leave a little bit of white in there too, and then I'm going to add a little yellow over top. There we go. And then we'll probably go through with the marker too and mark the other pieces Right now I'm going to do the little stems, and I'm going to use a dark espresso brown for that, because we can't forget about those little stems in there. And they need to be in there too. That one's just got a little dot there, a little stem here, a little dot in there. Stem, stem, stem in there. And then a little dark spot in there, okay? So that is the apple so far. Now we're gonna do the bag. So we've got the light coming from this direction. So this bag is kind of like a big canvas bag, okay? So it's gonna go around in here, and it's gonna be quite dark in this area. There we go. And then we're just gradually gonna fade that out and around to the other side, just like that. And then we want to get these little pieces in here just to signify that there's apples in here. It's like a toy bag at Christmas. So we're going to do that, that, and that. And then from the bottom, again, it's going to be dark going and then going gradually lighter. And I'm going to color it fairly dark in here too. A little darker on this side. We'll start with the lighter and then go over to the dark. Just like that. Okay, and just fill all those in and then just go lighter. And we're going to add shading too to this, but I'm also going to switch more to a sienna brown in here as well. So let's do that now. It's a little bit of a lighter color, and I just want to leave it quite light over in this area, okay? So just like that. And I'm going to mix this color in darker as we get to the other side here. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty much our apple bag done. So now we're going to talk about the fence. With the fence, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to color it more of a, I think I'm going to color it more of a honey color. Just because I want it to be, I'll probably use the honey and a little bit of that sienna brown. So just cover or color in your little posts here first, or the slats, I guess they are. And we're going to add shading under there too. So we'll do all the slats there. There we go. And then we're going to color this part in here too. There we go. And this side's going to be darker, but we will add in shadow there as well. Okay, so that's pretty good. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some ground cover here, okay? So I'm going to go in with a little bit of the gray. And this will be really dark in here. In fact, I might use a bit of a darker gray there. This is a pewter gray. And I am going to use the charcoal gray, because that's going to be in here and it's going to be dark, okay? Because that's where the shadow's going to be on the bucket or on the bag. Okay, so that's going to be a bit darker. There's going to be some shadow under here too, okay, on this side of things. Darker in here and darker in between these slats too. So we want to just sort of carry that all the way down the side like that. There we go. All right, so that's pretty good. This is going to be in shadow over here too. And then down here, and there will be a shadow underneath. Whoop, wrong side. Shadow under here too. Okay, and there might be a little shadows throughout in here. But this will be gray here as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add this right under here, and you want to press fairly dark under here too, okay, to indicate that shadow. It's going to be pretty dark there. There we go. And then it'll gradually fade off too. There we go. And then there's going to be a shadow under there, but we'll add that after. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to grab your small paintbrush, because now we're going to actually use the paints, or use the water to paint on. And once we use the water on these watercolor pencils, it goes so fast. So it's like magic. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start here at the back, and I'm just going to blend all of this, okay? And you know what, guys, I am not perfect at this, and you know, I just do what I feel I should do. So, you know, don't feel like we have to be perfect here, because that's just not what I'm about. So there we go. We've got a little bit of color there, and it's looking pretty good. We want to do the other side here as well. There we go. Oh, he's looking so cute already. And we want to extend that all the way out too. We might add a little more in there, but for now, I think he's good. Then we want to go in and do these ears in that black, because he's going to be fairly dark under here. There we go. Like that. And then we may even add a little bit of few little fuzzies in here. There we go. And then we're going to come down and do this center black, because it goes right to the nose. Okay. It's like his little mask almost. And then we're going to go, and you know what, guys, the other thing I want to say, or everyone, the other thing I want to say is less is more, okay? So the least water you have, the better off you are, because then, you know, you're not using as much, and you've got a little bit more control over what you're doing here, okay? And his face he looks like a little bandit, so, you know, he's going to be taking those apples, and he's going to be having a good time with those apples and having lots to eat. So there's his little face, and we're probably going to be a few little dots here and there. His mouth goes right in here as well. So we just want to add a little bit of shading there. And then we want to do that little nose at the end there. And we'll probably go in with the highlighter on that once it's dry. Same with the eyes. Just make his eyes a little bit darker. Just dot, okay? Just dot in there. Nothing more than that. And then we're going to go and we're going to clean that brush off. And I'm going to do the fence line first, because I'll do the feet last. So we'll take our big brush here, dip it in the water, and we're just going to go in and color in that fence line, okay? Don't worry about his feet, because we're going to color over those too. We're going to add those in. He's so cute. There we go. And then we're going to color down in here, down this fence line, that fence line, in here, and in here, okay? And there's going to be shadow in behind there too, but we're going to add that as well. And then in over here, and here, and here, here. So I'm not one to stay in the lines, you guys. I think I've told you that many times already. I just feel like, you know, everything is not perfect, and it never will be. So I'm just going to darken this up, because this is a little shadow here of his mouth and his body, okay? And then we're going to go do the bag of apples. So we're just going to go in. I'm going to do this bag first, come around this area and that area. And again, we're going to add some shadows in there. This will be the darker pockets of the bag. So just going to bring all of that over. Do that dark piece first, and then I'm going to go into the light and sort of just blend it all, okay? I'm going to rinse off and then add a little bit more water. We're going to go from this side. just to rinse off a little bit. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. This is just a little fantasy thing that I thought up because, you know, the raccoons are little, sometimes they're little thieves and they love taking your stuff, and especially after you've worked so hard to get it, sometimes that can be pretty frustrating. So there we go. And then we're going to color the do the shading back in here. Start with the lighter and then just work your way in, okay? And then it'll stay nice and dark under there for you. There you go. There we go. There we go. So that's looking pretty good. So now what we want to do is we're probably going to add some shading too in behind the fence. Plus we are going to pull this down here as well, just to indicate those slats there. There we go. There you go. All right, so that's pretty good. And then we're gonna go back into the raccoon, and I'm just gonna give him a few little stroke marks here for his feet. So I'm gonna use the cocoa brown for that, and his little feet. And we're not gonna paint over that either, because it might be too hard to try and stay in the line there. So we're just going to indicate that he's got some claws coming over top. We're going to go in and we're going to highlight a little bit, put some little hair on there. Again, we're not going to be going over this, I don't think, at least not the raccoon in the with the Sharpie marker. I may go over the ears, but that's about it. I'm going to use a little bit more black as well, just for those little dark pieces so we can get rid of those lines there. He is a handsome little guy. He really, truly is. I might darken up in there a little bit and under in here because we want it to look like he has a mask. And then back in here, and then his feet that come out here. Okay, I want it to look like he has a mask, guys. I might go in here, darken this up because we want that to be fairly dark, but we do want to keep that white around his eyes, so be careful in there because that's kind of important that we keep that. There we go. And I might even add a few little whiskers in there too. And then the nose, I'm going to darken up here, the nose. There we go. And then he's got a little mouth that comes out here too. And then his face is kind of got little pieces in it, and then it might not be quite as white there. And I'm also going to go in here and with the I think with the brown again, and I'm just going to sort of highlight those ears a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, and now we're gonna go and we're gonna I'm gonna add a little bit of shading back in here where the bag is, because the light's not gonna get through there, especially if that is sitting right against the fence. So I'm gonna go in again with that dark gray, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. So I'm just going to lightly go in here and color back in here. Okay, and then we're going to add a little more color to that bag too. So we just sort of want to follow the little contours here on that bag. There we go. And then the apple too here. So just darken that up a little bit. Okay, so just like that. There we go. And that'll be the shadow for the bag. And we're gonna grab probably our larger brush and just go in and fade that out too, okay? because that is our shadow of the bag. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to go in and we're going to do our little apples. So let's do that. Just like this. Red. There we go. That one's underneath there. Kind of got a little pink to them, but that's okay. There we go. Add that into the apples, a little white on that side. Darker here. There we go. So our little apples. In there, and there, and then over here as well. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add another fence slat. I feel like I need another fence piece over here. So I'm just gonna add that in, a couple actually. There we go. And we're gonna go back in with that yellow. That, I believe I used the honey color here, and here, and here. Just because I feel like it doesn't quite look finished there. And then I'm gonna carry that right out here too. And then we'll go in with that gray again, just to add that in, a little lighter maybe this time. And then across in there, okay? So, and then down in here as well, we want it to be a little bit lighter there. There we go. Okay, so that's good. And then we're gonna go in with the ultra fine point marker as well, just because we need to distinguish distinguish some certain shapes, etc. So let's go and do that. I said I was going to add some trees in here as well, so I'm going to go back and do that with the sienna brown. I'm just going to go in here and add a few little trees in the back here, just very lightly, just so that we can indicate there's stuff back here that he's climbing in. There we go. So that's pretty simple. That's nice and easy. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in, we're gonna highlight a little bit, you guys, okay? So with him, I am going to just go in here and add a couple of highlights, nothing too serious. Maybe down in here from his ear, down in here. And then I might add a few little marks for that. There we go, down in here. I'm gonna add a little bit for his eyes, but not a whole lot. He looks pretty good the way he is, so I don't really wanna mess with that too much. I will highlight the fence, okay? And in here as well. I hope you guys are seeing all this okay. And that piece. And then down here for sure, down here where that bag is, okay, here, there, and there. And then I'm also gonna highlight underneath the edge of the bag, like that. There we go. And then each individual apple, I think, is a good idea. So there, 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 back in here, and not necessarily all the way around the apple, but just to let the viewer know that this is, you know, these are harvested apples, okay? And then I'm just gonna highlight a few little areas in here as well. And we might add a little more shading over on this side, guys, too. And I'm gonna highlight over here, like that, and there. And then, yeah, I think I'm gonna add some more highlight over on the other side there. This is gonna go to the end like that. And I think I am definitely gonna do the full apple. Sorry, I changed my mind a lot. I apologize. And the little stems too. I just feel like they need to be fully seen here. There we go. Just like that, okay? I also am gonna highlight a little bit of the fence, just here and there. Not necessarily every single post. And then in here a little bit. And then we're gonna add some whiskers too. And then I'm just gonna add a little shade in between his feet. Some little claws, or on his toes, little claws there. And then we're gonna add some whiskers. So let's do that. So his whiskers are probably gonna go up like that, out like that, okay? So there is our little raccoon baby. I may actually just draw around here a little bit too. There we go. And then just in here, sorry, changing my mind again. Okay, so there's our little raccoon baby, and I love him. He looks cool. I'm gonna add a little more shading in through this area just to make it look a little darker on that side, and I'm pressing pretty hard, folks, so just so that we know that it comes, that part is sitting in the dark, just like that. And then I'm gonna come along with the felt on that side as well. So he comes here and here, back in there, 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 and there. All right, so that is our little painting for the day. I'm gonna call him, let's see, what should we call him? Let's see here. I am gonna call him the Bandit. That's what I'm gonna call him. The Bandit. Okay, so there is our journal entry for today. I hope you guys like it. And if you are liking what I'm putting up here, please do like and subscribe. And until we get to the next video, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.